What's going on, guys? Satsuki the Savage here, and today I'm going to be reviewing One Piece chapters 927 through 930, and I'm going to try to do this video as fast as possible. Hopefully I can get it under 10 minutes. We'll see, but let's just talk about the chapters I missed and the recent chapter. Chapter 927 was a chapter for me. It was one of those chapters that you just had to get through. You had to go through those motions because it's necessary for the setup for future events. But the contents in the chapter itself aren't really all that interesting because we had Sanji take out some fodder Yakuza guys who are part of the Kyoshiro family. And one important or one intriguing thing about the chapter is it seems like Kyoshiro is plotting against Orochi. We've gotten these little hints that he really isn't fucking with Orochi like that because he called him a coward. Now he may have just done that because he's drunk, so I'm not really sure. But after hearing about what Sanji did to the fodder Yakuza guys, he's like, yo, get Queen, tell him to send some assassins over here and quell that shit. But the thing about it is, when he asked for those assassins to come to find the soba shop owner, it didn't seem, to me at least, like he wanted to send the assassins just because he was angry. I saw no anger in his face at all. It just seemed like he wanted to cause some havoc somewhere. So, like I said, Kyoshiro seems like he has ulterior motives to me. What those motives are, not really sure, but I guess we'll see. The other important thing that happened in this chapter was Robin being summoned to Orochi, so she has successfully infiltrated their ranks. Now, I really hope that Robin has a role in doing something in this arc, because one thing I have lamented about the Straw Hats is Robin, especially after this time skip. She hasn't had that much to do, not really any fights, and I don't need a fight. I just need her to do something badass, kind of like what Brook did in Whole Cake Island. I mean, yeah, he fought some people, but really his defining moment was when he stood up to Big Mom and was talking that big shit. I want Robin to rob Orochi, maybe slap up a couple of people in a way, and, you know, just do what you gotta do, alright? We also met this weird kid named Otoko, and she is always smiling. She's an attendant of Komurasaki, and I just threw that in there because she may possibly be from Ebisu, a town that we see Zoro go to in chapter 930. Just throwing that out there. Maybe this kid will be important later on. I'm not really sure. Then we get to chapter 928, and this may be my favorite chapter out of these four. Alright, and it's not the best chapter, just my favorite, and it's for one person only, Komurasaki, but I'll talk about her later. First, we have Luffy and the jail crew. We see Caribou, which I really don't give a fuck about Caribou. I remember people telling me like, hey, like before in previous chapters, they were like, yo, you seen Caribou? You seen Caribou? I was like, yeah, sure. I just don't give a fuck. I was like, I don't really give a fuck about Caribou. I mean, he has a high bounty. Cool. Devil fruit. All right. But I don't really give a fuck about Caribou like that. But he's all over Luffy's nuts, trying to get a meal ticket. The shit was unsightly. It was like, yo, Luffy was like, yo, get off my nuts, man. I need to breathe. Like, chill the fuck out. If I don't let Boa Hancock on my nuts, what makes you think I'm gonna let your slimy ass there? Like, you like, yo, back the fuck up. Like, yo, let me be your subordinate, Luffy-san. Like, yo, chill the fuck out, man. Let me breathe. But the important thing that we learn while we are in prison time is that Kid lost his arm, not to one of Big Mom's subordinates, but in a battle with Red Hair Shanks and his pirates. Was it Shanks who did it? We don't know. It would be pretty goddamn funny if it was some fodder motherfucker in the red hair pirates, and, you know, Kid is trying to brag like, yeah, man, this shit, you know, no, I fought Shanks and them. That's how it happened. Like, it would be funny if it was just some fodder nigga and then he's just trying to use Shanks' name for clout. But let's get to the best part of this chapter, man. Komurasaki. She is the fucking goat. Now, I just want to throw this out there because everybody's talking about how beautiful she is, alright? I want the viewers to decide, all right? Who is the best looking girl in One Piece? All right, I'm going to have 5 options. Now, you may think that none of these 5 options are your cup of tea, but I'm just going to throw them out there. I'm going to probably throw in Hancock, Nami, well, of course, Komurasaki, and the other 2. I'll think of that later. But, you know, because everybody was all on their dick or her clit, and they were like, yeah, she's the best looking girl. I'm like, she good, but I don't know about the best, all right? That's just me. I'm getting off track. Let's talk about why she is the GOAT. She is the GOAT because she played this dude. This dude, his name is Mr. Bingo. Yeah, his name is Mr. Bingo. She played the motherfucker like Bingo. You know, she's sweet talking him. This man done sold his house, sold his fucking family. Dude is sick, refuses to get medicine, go to a doctor. He's giving all his bank to this one bad bitch. And the bad bitch played him like he was the bitch. And then he's up there crying like, yo, I gave you everything. I lost everything. She's like, yo, motherfucker, fuck out of here. I despise those who are poor. Like, go. Fucking go. Like, she's the GOAT because... You know, well, first of all, I don't feel bad for Mr. Bingo because it's like, what did you expect? You're simping for a prostitute. She did what she was supposed to do. She did what was in her job description, which is to play you and get the most money out of you. She played you like a fiddle. She played you, Mr. Bingo, like Bingo. Yeah, that's what I like about her. It was like pretty simple. She milked this dude for everything he had, and once he could not offer anything else, she dropped him. Go. Let this be a lesson to all my simps out there. Do not give your all to these hoes. It's alright to give something, but not your all, alright? Just, you know, take that to heart. Take that to heart. Alright? And another thing, man, we had to put a little more respect on Sanji's name because up to this point, he's been like the ultimate simp, like the #1 simp, but he's #2 now because I don't think Sanji's going to sell his family, house, you know, his health for a woman. All right. I don't think he's doing all of that. Mr. Bingo right now is the #1 simp in One Piece. That is undisputed. And then we get the last part of chapter 928 where we see Otama and Momonosuke together, and it's kind of hinting that these two may be siblings because I don't really see why Oda would put those two together and them having that conversation if they weren't going to have some type of connection. And I'm already on record saying that I hope Otama isn't royalty simply because we've seen the Straw Hats have so many relationships with princesses. You know, Vivi, Shirahoshi. I was hoping that we would break that mold. I mean, we don't know if Otama is a princess for sure, but it's seeming like that because with Hitetsu, it's kind of hinted that he may be a retainer of Odin. Like, I'm like almost 100% sure that he is. So it would make sense why Hitetsu is with Otama and he's kind of like her guardian. It will make perfect sense. So, yeah. That's the whole thing with that. Now, chapter 929, the first time I read this chapter, I just thought it was an above average chapter. But rereading it, I thought it was a very good chapter. The only part I really didn't care for was that whole goose hunt that Frankie went on trying to look for the blueprints because he kept going like, do you have it? Do you have it? And he was just trying to figure out who the fuck had the blueprints.
Hey, bro, you got them blueprints?
Blueprint? Niggas, you talking about the Jay-Z album?
Nah, blueprints at Kyle's building.
Oh, those blueprints. Nigga, I gave that shit to my cousin a while back.
Hey, boy, you got them blueprints?
Blueprints? Shit. Ask my ex-wife. Bitch took half of everything I own.
Chill, bro, chill. Do you know where to find the blueprints?
The blueprints? Shit, I wiped my ass with it a while back. You could probably find it in the sewer. I don't know, just for me, I felt like that whole Frankie sequence was not needed, even though it kind of was because we learned that the person who has the blueprints is somebody from Curry. Now, I think it's Hitetsu, and that ties in the whole thing of Hitetsu being a retainer of Odin and Otama being a daughter of Odin. So, yeah, it gives more credence and credibility to that whole theory. And allow me to fanboy over these motherfucking minks because A running theme in One Piece when we get to these new islands is usually the citizens are helpless and useless. The minks do not have that problem. They got 99 problems, but nigga, that ain't one. That ain't it. All right. They always do something, whether they're the main ones fighting or the supporting fighters, they're going to do something. And in this chapter, they're getting food and weapons, which is integral to the plot. And not only are they doing that, they are pinning the blame on Shantimaru. And this is killing two birds with one stone, because not only are you deflecting blame from yourself and giving it to this known criminal, but you're also making Shantimaru aware of your presence so that you can possibly recruit him, because Shantimaru is going to be like, yo, I didn't do that shit. He's like, who's doing this? And then they're eventually going to recruit him. We all know this. He's going to fight Kaido. This is going to happen. So the minks are doing their job to get this guy on their side, as well as stay hidden and still getting the necessary items that they need. Woo. And then we get Orochi, and he is on the high right now. He is negotiating with CP0, and right now he has the high hand, all right? He has the cards that he wants, because he's like, yo, Doflamingo is gone. You guys have finally shown yourselves to me. That means you are getting desperate. Now, we don't know, or it was never stated, what CP0 wanted from Orochi. Maybe something to do with Sea Stone, since Wano is the place for Sea Stone. I'm not really sure. But we do know what Orochi wants. And he says, yo, give me that motherfucker Dr. Vegapunk. Give me that nigga. I want him. And then CP0's like, yo, no, chill out. We can't do that. He's like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Like, you get me that shit. Like, last time I wanted battleships, but this time I want Dr. Vegapunk. All right? Oh, man. I just love the shit. I mean, I don't think Dr. Vegapunk is going to be shown anytime soon, because he is just in the center of so many things. But if we do ever have a reveal of Dr. Vegapunk in Wano, that would be some wild shit. That would be some wild shit. All right. But Orochi goes on to say that he is not scared of celestial dragons nor the Marines. He's like, yo, Wano, we are on our shit. We got this, all right? We ain't scared of none of you folk. It's as simple as that. One thing I felt kind of weird was when he name dropped Kaido, because to me, if you have so much confidence in yourself and you're so strong, you would not feel the need to name drop Kaido. I mean, I guess he's kind of showing like, yo, Wano, we got them goons and shit like that. We have the strongest creature in the world. But it's kind of like you're about to fight somebody, but you're talking all this shit. You're like, yeah, fuck you and your mama, nigga. And you're like, yeah, I got my big brother with me too. It's kind of like, yo, if you're that fearsome yourself, Orochi, all you have to do is name drop your damn self. That's all you got to do. And then the last page, we have Drake, page 1, and Hawkins. And of course, we have Law and Sanji in hiding. And we see Drake in his hybrid Zoan form, which was pretty goddamn dope. And page 1 is also an important headliner. I think they called him like, I wrote it down somewhere. They called him the Flying Six, okay? The Flying Six. So we have 4 more we have to see. All right. And they're supposed to be like Kaido's strongest, which is weird that Hawkins is left out of that. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe they're called the Flying Six because all of them have the Zoan devil fruits. And yeah, that would make sense. But we have yet to see the other 4. How could I forget to mention this? We've seen Orochi's face. All right. I don't know why this slipped my mind. We've seen Orochi's face, and he's an ugly nigga. All right. Like, he's an ugly nigga. Like, Oda is one of the few people who can do this with his villains. Like, Orochi, he isn't the main antagonist of this arc. All right, that is Kaido. Kaido is the ultimate threat, and Big Mom. Oh, next chapter. But it's still, you don't get motherfuckers who are of Orochi's status look the way he does, all right? Oda really is so diverse with his character designs. He really just does not care. You could be the strongest dude in One Piece and look like Bugs Bunny or some shit. That's how it is, and I love it. Now we move on to the last chapter, 9 930. We have Ibisu Town, which is just like the town of leftovers because they are surviving off the leftovers from the people in the flower capital. But it's different because unlike the people in the town of leftovers, these people are always smiling and laughing. Like, it's really unsettling because it's kind of creepy because, like, motherfuckers are sitting there, nigga, I'm starving, I'm hungry as my motherfucker. Like, my mom just passed away from famine and all that shit. Hey, we still get money, though. It's so weird. Like, it's so strange. But they're happy, I guess. They even try to get Zoro's ass to smile, which was pretty funny. They also tell the story of some Robin Hood type of character. They called him, like, the witching hour boy. I think that's what they called him. Don't know who this could possibly be because it seemed like he was actually on a broom flying away from the flashback or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know who this character is. Will he be an ally? Will he be a foe? I don't fucking know. All right, let's get down to business and talk about the two most important things that happen in this chapter. The two biggest things, which of course is Big Mom versus Kaido and Sanji. Big Mom pulled up as she said she would. Alright? She already said she was coming and she came here. And it was kind of unpredictable with the timing because we knew Big Mom was coming. We just didn't know when. And she is here. She is here. But Kaido is like, yo, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like, I've seen so much funny shit on Twitter. Like, I think it was Last on Twitter. He said, he said, Big Mom pulled up with the child support papers, and then Kaido was like, yo, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Which is funny because we know Kaido and Big Mom, they have some type of history together. What that is, was it romantic? I don't know, but Kaido, if you got Big Mom, hopefully you got the good looking Big Mom, because we've seen her over the years and she kind of looked good in her younger years. Hopefully if you were in a romantic relationship with her, it was when she was looking her best. Because if you were fucking Big Mom when she was the big bitch, like the big bitch, I'm gonna have to downgrade you a little more. I'm just sorry. But Big Mom pulls up and she has pretty much all of her strong pirates with her. She was missing Katakuri. I mean, we don't know if they're missing for sure just from what we see in this chapter. I did not see Katakuri. I did not see Oven. I did not see Cracker. I did not see Snack. I did not, of course, see, goddamn, what is her name? Three-eyed bitch. Sanji's old flame. Puddin'. That bitch. I did not see her. Pretty much we seen everybody else. We seen Peril Sparrow. We seen Montdor. We seen Smoothie. Fucking Smoothie. Oh my god. It's bringing back memories. Hopefully Smoothie does shit this arc. I'm not playing. Like, Smoothie, why the hell is she a sweet commander if she has not done shit yet? She has done nothing. So, Oda, you bringing back Smoothie right here, she better do something. Because if she does nothing in this arc again, she is a full-on dud and she should be demoted while Oven gets promoted. Because Oven was, he was doing his shit during the end of Whole Cake Island, alright? That's just being real. But this whole thing was funny to me because Big Mom is like, yo, ma. And she's just like, yo, she's getting over the waterfall. And then Kaido is shook. Kaido is legit shook. He's like, yo, what y'all niggas doing? Make sure she don't come in here. Make sure Big Mom don't come in here. I don't want this bitch in my country. Yo, like, Kaido, he wasn't tripping like that. But Kaido, he seemed like he didn't really want to deal with Big Mom. He said specifically, I don't want to fight Big Mom. We're kind of unready. We're unprepared for her right now. But, whew, that Big Mom bringing that heat. She bringing that stress. And King comes in, swoops in, and saves the day. Because they're on the ship. King says, yo, back, bitch. And Big Mom is actually in the water. I don't know who's going to save her because she has a lot of Devil Fruit users on her side. So I don't know what non-Devil Fruit user she has on that ship. But Big Mom isn't going to die from that. It's just, how is she going to survive? Maybe Prometheus and maybe fucking Napoleon. I don't know. We'll see. And King's Pteranodon Zoan form was pretty beast. I mean, the black and it kind of looks leathery like that shit. I was fucking with it. I was fucking with that shit, yo. It looks pretty beast. And he knocked over the whole ship by himself, which was, that's pretty, like, that doesn't seem impressive, but think about it. He knocked over the ship with Big Mom's big ass on it. So he had to have some power, because that's a lot of weight that you're moving, my nigga. I'm being real, all right? I'm being real. So shout out to King, putting in work, showing that he isn't like Smoothie, showing that he's already competent. Shout out to King. And then comes the part with Sanji, and we already know what he did to the father Yakuza guy, and then Kyoshiro sent some assassins. These assassins are Drake, Page One, and Hawkins, because it seemed like Drake and Page One were kind of confused why Hawkins were there. But either way, all right, they are looking for Sanji, but they don't know the person that they're looking for is Sanji. And Page One is wreaking havoc, shaking up people. He's like, yo, Sanji, if you ain't a bitch, come out. Sanji comes out, says I ain't a bitch, kicks Page One, and now we possibly may get Sanji in a raid suit. Not possibly, because why would he take it out if he wasn't going to use it? Because Law warned him, you cannot get hurt and you cannot blow your cover. So the raid suit is going to help not blow his cover, and Sanji is confident that he can beat Page One without much trouble within a good amount of time, which would be an impressive feat because Page One is a headliner. He is one of the six, the fucking whatever, what's their names again? The flying, he's one of the flying six, so that would be impressive for Sanji. If he does beat Page One, hopefully that isn't the only thing he accomplishes, because we want to see Sanji versus Queen. Sanji got to get his daddy reps in, all right? He got to show people that he isn't a bitch, because a whole lot of people were on Sanji's, and still are, on Sanji's net for that whole Cake Island thing. So, Sanji, prove your worth, my nigga. You know, validate why I have you as my intro, my nigga, please. All right? And it was kind of surprising seeing him use the raid suit so readily, because we know he does not fuck with his family. He really does not, except for Reiju. That is it. And he rejected the raid suit before, and now he is using it almost with no hesitation. The situation is dire, so I understand why he's doing it. It was just kind of surprising. I guess I do like the fact that he isn't letting his pride dictate whether he's going to do the right thing or not. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good for Sanji, but we will see what that raid suit does to boost Sanji's power and how he's going to look in it, because it might look beast. It might look beast. But that is pretty much everything with these chapters. Overall, we had a good bunch of One Piece chapters. I have been slacking, and part of it was because I was on vacation with these chapters, so my schedule was all fucked up. And then we went on breaks, and we got another break. Like, damn, what the fuck? You know, fuck. You just came back. Oh yeah, I want to talk. A lot of people gave chapter 930 a 10 out of 10. All right, I myself thought it was the best chapter out of these four. I thought it was a really good chapter, but 10 out of 10, my nigga? I don't know, man. Maybe people were just thirsty that Oda has been gone so long, but nah. This chapter wasn't a 10 out of 10 for me. That's just me. I mean, I don't give number ratings, but if I had to give this chapter a number rating, I would say 8 out of 10, all right? 10 out of 10 seems too high to me. Off track, but good bunch of chapters. I will get back on One Piece, reviewing it weekly, all right? I say that, but who knows? Who knows what may happen? But, guys, that is it for this review. I know this shit is over 10 minutes. Once I edit this shit, it's probably going to be like 15 plus. But that is it for this reviews. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Satsuki the Savage, out.